This is Mike Renoir, Northwest Fight Scene Interview, FightScene.com. I'm here with Mike Hanks. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Real good. Well, thanks for talking with us. You have a fight here, King of the Cage in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Who are you going against? It's Aaron Sutton, is that right?
Yeah, I'm fighting a guy named Aaron Sutton out of, I believe, Boise, out of Jabs MMA.
What do you know about him?
Not much. It says, from what I've read about him and stuff, he's a wrestler, boxer. I don't know a whole lot about him, but hopefully he's ready to fight.
Okay. I think the fight's 160 pounds?
Yeah, 160.
All right. You usually, fight 155, right?
Yeah, and we're trying to find opponents at 55, and then they're trying to find opponents at 70, and then we got the call with Aaron that would meet right in the middle at 60, which that works for me, a little less weight to cut. So.
Now, when was the last time you were in the cage?
It's been just over 2 years now. My last fight was the Fight Night Entertainment against Josh Snodgrass.
Okay, where you won the belt.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened in between here?
Well, after that, me and Cody McKenzie, we moved down to Vegas to start training, and I was set to defend my title against Ryan Healy. And about 2 weeks before the fight, I tore my bicep in training. I had Lloyd Woodard down here. We were training together, and I tore my bicep, so that kind of messed things up for a while. Didn't have insurance or anything, so after I got my arm rehab, I got a job working on the drilling to take more money to pay off those bills.
So everything's all healed up now?
Yeah, I've been pretty good actually for a while. I've tried to get fights earlier last year. I was almost on the welterweight season of the Ultimate Fighter, did all the interviews, made it through all the cuts, did my medicals, and then the last minute they decided not to use me. I think they thought my weight was a little too small. Most of those guys are like 200 pounds, and I walked in fully clothed, weighted down my pockets, and I still barely weighed at 170. So I think they wanted a little bit bigger guys. And then said yes to quite a few opponents. I had Lyle trying to set me up with fights, and I pretty much said yes to everyone they offered me, but then and for whatever reason it just didn't go through, and until now I finally got the contract signed and got an opponent, and so finally I'll get to step in that cage and get the business again.
I know you just signed with the King of the Cage. Talk about working with the King of the Cage.
I've never worked with them before. They've been around for a while. Some of the top fighters that are fighting in the UFC right now are fighting King of the Cage. So it's just kind of cool to fight for an organization that's been around almost as long as the UFC, if not longer. I think some of the first fights I ever saw were King of the Cage fights. That's I don't know. I'm curious to see how the show goes and how they run everything. So far, everyone's been great and made things real simple. The contract wasn't a book. It was real cut and dry, straightforward. So, so far I like the way they do things.
You've been staying the whole time in Vegas, is that right?
Yeah, I train full-time down here in Vegas now.
Okay, so talk about that and living down there and then who you're working with down there.
Living down here has been, I think, a really good change-up for my game. I came up in Spokane with Lyle and Cody and Mike and Sam and all those guys, and the whole time we were coming up, we didn't really have any coaches. We all just kind of brought something to the table and, fed off each other, learned from each other, and we all became good, tough fighters, but, we just pretty much beat each other up every day. Grapple, spar, that's all it was. And I built that toughness for fighting, in Spokane with all my boys over there. And I come out to Vegas, and I've been training with just some real top, high-level coaches. I'm sparring with a bunch of top-level UFC fighters all the time, and I think my game and my technique is stepping up quite a bit. I'm actually taking time to break things down and learn quite a bit more versus just going in and sparring and fighting every day. I'm learning with great coaches, and there's so many people down here in Vegas, and we got so many people coming through our gym, almost weekly. We got new faces in here, so I'm constantly sparring new people all the time. I never get a chance to kind of get in a rhythm with the same training partners and kind of, just kind of get in a rhythm. How things work. How each person you train with every day spars. And out here, I'm constantly sparring different people, so I'm always getting different looks. pretty much every time I spar.
Now, you got to be obviously looking forward to fighting back up in your home area. What's that going to be like?
It's really awesome because I haven't fought, like I said, for over 2 years. Everyone's been wondering if I'm retired, if I'm ever going to fight again, and to be able to come back and fight in front of all my friends and family for my first fight back in the cage feels pretty good. To go there and put on a good performance in front of everyone, and hopefully please all the fans and please myself by adding another W to my record.
Oh, right on. Now, obviously coming up with, Cody McKenzie, UFC fighter, and Mike Chiesa, UFC fighter, Sam Cecilia, Lyle Beerbaum, who's fighting, Strikeforce now, World Series of Fighting, Dave Corshane, I know you've worked with him, and he's, rising. So it seems like it's your turn. Do you feel like that?
Yeah. I kind of do it like right. I've had a lot of stuff get in my way to try to stray me away from fighting, but I keep holding on and keep fighting, keep getting back in there. So maybe this will be my break. Get out there, King of the Cage, get a few wins, get some notice, and the guys down here in Vegas know me, and at my gym, and they know people, and it seems like that's kind of what it is. It's all about who you know, and if you're tough and can put on a good show, and you get the right fights, you can get into the big show. So that's my plan. Let's see what happens.
How did you get into the game?
Into fighting?
Yeah.
See, I started off like kickboxing like back in '96, and I got into it just to, I just liked the workout. I was really into lifting weights back then and doing that kind of stuff, and I wanted something a little different. I started kickboxing, and I just did it for fun, and then met a group of guys that did jiu-jitsu. It was actually Bart out of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Spokane. Met him and was training the ground game for a little while, and he kind of just signed me up for a fight. I wasn't really wanting to fight, and never had any plans on fighting. I was kind of scared of fighting, to be honest.
Right.
And then I just ended up getting in the ring and fighting, and probably my first 10 fights, I was scared out of my mind, and I always tried to figure out a way to get out of the fight without looking like a little Sally, but never figured it out. So I just got in there, and now it's to the point where I get excited and anxious for fights, and really look forward to it like it's Christmas.
How about sponsors for this fight? Do you have anyone lined up?
I just got some friends in town that run a little small business, Hood Revenue. He does T-shirts and does music stuff, and just does a lot of stuff to help out a lot of the fighters in the Spokane area. He's a good friend of mine, Tony Strand. He's sponsoring me with his Hood Revenue business, and then also they have a dog kennel. Another buddy of mine raises blue pit bulls and purebred, and they're nice dogs, and he has a kennel, and they're going to sponsor me. So.
Well, awesome. Hey, well, Mike, I really do appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you in there. It's been too long. And you're fighting this Thursday, King of the Cage, versus Aaron Sutton. Thank you, sir, for the time.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say thanks to all my friends and family up in Spokane that have supported me this whole time, all my training partners up there that helped me who I am now, and big shout out to Syndicate Mixed Martial Arts here in Las Vegas. That's my gym I'm at now.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here, Northwest Fight Scene with Mike Heggs. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.